Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be doing my Premier League predictions 24-25. Now I was going to do one for last season and then it got into the season and I completely forgot. So anyway, let's start off with 20th, which is going to be Ipswich. I mean, it's just the Premier League is too much. Like, it's got a lot tougher than when they were last in there.
I've zoomed it in slightly.
But now you can't see me.
Yep, it is better.
19th will... yes, I know there are a lot of Ipswich fans, but Ipswich are coming bottom of the Premier League. It's just, the Premier League is a huge step up. Yes, they got 2 promotions in a row, but they're not going to survive.
Some of their players are also still League One level.
Yeah, that's another thing. 19th. Now, I have watched a video about this, saying they shouldn't be 19th. Nobody should be predicting them 19th. But I predicted them 19th before I watched the video, and 19th will be Nottingham Forest. I just think 2 seasons surviving. Yes, they've got lucky to survive those last 2 seasons. For now, yeah, I think it's time for them. I think it's their time to be relegated.
Bye-bye.
And in 18th is another promoted team, Southampton. Now I think they will have a battle with 17th, but Southampton are going to be relegated back to the Championship. Now 17th, I think the only team who will survive out of the 3 newly promoted teams are Leicester. Now they will have I think they're going to have a battle with Southampton to see who survives, and Leicester will come out just on top. Next up, 16th will be Brentford. Another poor season for Brentford, really. Not what their fans would have wanted, but they will survive. 15th will be another torrid season for, if I can even pick them up, Wolves. Now, Wolves is an interesting one because, yes, they are a good team, but they just don't have the striking ability that they used to have with Diogo Jota and Raul Jimenez. That's why I believe they're going to come 15th. 14th will be Brighton under their new manager, who is just, for me, Brighton's new manager is not experienced enough. They will...
He's the youngest manager in football history.
They will
31.
be having not a great season and will finish 14th in my opinion. 13th will be Everton. Now, I want to see Everton not always in the Premier League, but they have strength in their team, and without a doubt, without those points deductions last season, they would have been higher, and that's why I think they're going to come 13th. So that's the lower mid and relegation done. Onto the higher mid-table. 12th will be Fulham. Now, Fulham, I haven't really seen much in their transfer window, but they did have a good season last season, I believe. So I'm just going to check on last season. Obviously, they have got Manchester United in their first game of the season. They came 13th last season, but that's with Brighton having a manager who got them into Europe. 11th, Bournemouth. A pretty decent season for Bournemouth, just outside the top 10. I think they'll take that. And then next season, they will push on to try and get into potential European spots. That's what I think, depending on their transfer window next season. 10th, Crystal Palace. I think that positive run of form at the end of last season will allow them to finish inside the top 10 for the first time since I don't even know when. Maybe I can check that. Whoops. Finish. Since I believe they're going to finish the same as last season. They actually finished 10th. 9th, Newcastle. It's going to be an interesting one for Newcastle. Without any European football, they should be pushing higher. But I just think, unless they sign some more bigger players, they're not going to get into those European spots. So 9th.
There's a problem with Newcastle though.
What?
They can't, just because they have the money, they can't physically sign anyone they want.
I know.
Because of FOP reasons.
Yes. And they don't want to end up like Manchester City.
Man City wouldn't get charged.
Yeah, but they still...
They'll just get charged. Big money, not points.
8th, West Ham. New manager, should be pushing on for Europe with the team that we've got. And I think the other 7 teams just have a better, stronger team. 7th, Aston Villa. Unai Emery. It's his first Champions League season since being Villarreal manager. It's his first Champions League season with a club that has challenged for the Champions League or has won the Champions League since... Well, it's his first really big one. I think they're going to do similar. Though I think they're going to do similarly to Villarreal.
Similarly.
But it's the first time he's actually got into the Champions League, not qualifying through the Europa League since his PSG days.
I think he's just going to fall behind, to be honest.
6th, Chelsea. I think that Chelsea will finish on a high this season, but they just don't have the strength that other teams have. They have too many transfers, and some of their players aren't good enough. 5th, Man United. Now they could be challenging for top 4 with the transfers that they've got, but I think after last season they're going to finish 5th and qualify for the Europa League again, but this time through actual league qualification instead of FA Cup. 4th, Tottenham. I think Tottenham will be back in the top 4 next season after last season's disappointment of missing out on the top 4. 3rd, Liverpool. Now, they could be a lot lower if they don't sign players by the end of the window, the transfer window. they will finish a lot lower than third. But if they do bring in recruitment, they will, I believe, finish third. Second, Arsenal. Well, once again, Arsenal are going to push Man City, I believe, to the wire, but they just won't have the strength that Manchester City have, which means champions, Man City again. Now that's just... Honestly, if anybody does not predict Man City to win the Premier League, I don't know who you are. Because I don't know what you haven't watched football, because Manchester City, they're just too dominant.
But hey, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, but Arsenal are not going to win the Premier League.
You never know.
They will bottle it. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, absolutely destroy that like button and subscribe down below. And don't forget to check out one of the videos on screen now, or the link to my brother's channel. Goodbye.